there's a danger here that some people might think in Britain, or perhaps more so in Italy, Germany, France, that this problem can be bought off.
Yes.
And really, the point is, it can't be bought off, because if you buy it off, Putin will come back for more. And we have learnt through history that this can be a terrible error, appeasing a dictator.
It suits Putin if our interest in Ukraine fades. Why might our interest in Ukraine be fading, do you think, William?
Well, I think there's what I'm pointing out here is a danger of getting desensitized to things. I start my column with what's happening at the nuclear power plant at the moment in Ukraine. So imagine if there hadn't been a Ukraine war, but if suddenly the terrorists had taken over one of the biggest nuclear power plants in Europe and were stacking explosives around it and starting to shell people from it. That would be the biggest news in the world. It would be what everybody in Europe would be talking about. We're getting so used to, there's a war going on over there, that when that happens, the Russians are firing from around that plant to put explosives and mines there. A potential nuclear catastrophe in the view of the International Atomic Energy Agency. It's not such big news anymore, is it? I mean, it is on the news, but it's not dominating things. So this sort of getting desensitized to the war is a dangerous thing, because it is the main thing happening and the threat to everybody's security and economic prosperity in the end.
But William, do you think that is because, and no one's saying that being desensitized to war is a good thing, but do you think it's actually more to do with the fact that we are now focusing on domestic issues? I mean, those domestic issues have been caused by Russia's actions in Ukraine to a large part, but do you think it has to do with that?
Yeah, it is partly to do with that, and it's understandable, of course, that people are concerned about their own immediate situation. But it's very important to understand the linkage between the two. And we won't solve anything in our own domestic situation if we lose the will to support a country that is struggling for its own democracy, fighting for its own territory. There's a danger here that some people might think in Britain, or perhaps more so in Italy, Germany, France, that this problem can be bought off.
Yes.
And really, the point is, it can't be bought off, because if you buy it off, Putin will come back for more. And we have learnt through history that this can be a terrible error, appeasing a dictator. So we do have to, I'm raising this argument because I think there is a danger of people forgetting the main thing that's happening and the dangers that it presents over the coming months.